want a tow? Hey, this is supposed to be fun, right? I may go out and start and come back in. Oh dear, oh. Wow. I gotta get away from you. I got you, buddy. Oh my. Race committee. This is Akula. Roadrunner? So is it your intention that we're going to do 13 miles of this? Race committee. This is Akula. Sorry for all the questions. This is a 3 out of 4 to qualify series?
That's correct.
All right. Roger that. Thank you. Confirming that, Akula. There's no nasty weather on the long. I gotta think, even with the GoPro, this is, you gotta be able to see these are big. Of course, we're only doing 1.7. Wow. And I think you can see them braking in the distance. Well, anyway, if we actually sail this thing, and I think my crew, if you look around, is sort of thinking we will putter around out here. Hopefully we won't run out of gas. We're only doing 1.9. I got to get to the mark. And I got to find out, actually I got to check to make sure. I think there's no prep flag, so I got to see what's going on here. I want to probably just start, because 13 miles of this goes out to B, up to F, which is middle ground, which is directly into this stuff. I don't know that I can sail into this. That would be going almost exactly north, which is just like this. Check this out. Do we want to do this for 4 hours? I don't know. Alrighty. So here we are. Oh, here comes Doug. I really think we should shorten this thing to 6 miles. I don't even want to do. Hey, I can still run my engine till 5 minutes or 4 minutes before, right? Good, because you know I need to be able to do 1.1 knots here. Oh boy. Not a tippy top day. Let's see what it'll be like. Oof. Well, we're going to get to the mark. There's the A starting mark. Our start needs to be east of a perpendicular line south of the mark. Whoa, man, these are, whoa, these are Louiso. I don't think I'm going to swamp her, but holy shit. This is not optimal. Good old 1.7 knots. See if we can break 2 a little bit. The tide was low and it's coming in, so the other complexity is we're going against the tide with the wind, so that might not be too bad. Where'd the mark go? Ah, there she is. for 4 hours. Whoa! God, I hope that's is this thing still on? I think it is. Oh, it's a little foggy in there. All right, put your back on. Oh, I think I can't get the... Coyote, coyote, this is a cooler. Are you not going to start?
I'm going to make 340 anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter.
Ah, okay. See ya. Look at this thing. Holy shit. Oh my dear. What? How many feet is this thing? Jesus. Wow. You know, it's not the wave. Well, I mean, it is the wave height. It's the freaking frequency. I mean, these things are so short, they're under 30 feet, top to top, which makes for a very exciting deal here. Shut you off for a little bit. This is a little too much fun. I'm not going off till 25 minutes from now. So, let's see if I'm still here. Not meaning I'll die or anything, but it's not the greatest. Is that Nighthawk? Oh, it's our chance, right? He looks, whoa! Whoa, baby, whoa! I guess we'll go over and see him first, and then we'll shut her off. dear, this is not comfortable. This isn't too bad. Well, it's not great either. We can do this up to sea. Not the greatest. Oh my dear. Alright, I'm lying. It's not good. It's every... Wow, look at the size of this thing. Can you see this? Whoa! And this is, if you think about it, almost nothing compared to about what Irma's doing down there. At £1 per gallon, while this is tossing poor old 7-ton Akula around, 6-7 tons. It's just amazing what Mother Nature can do. We'll sneak out a little sail, not the mainsail. I don't know that that thing's going up. I don't want to be dorking around with that sucker. Although Dave's got his main fully up over there. There they are breaking. That's great. Now I'm doing one. That's crazy. All right, hold on. Let's take this thing on the side here. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it certainly is a sequence every couple. Yeah, I do not want to be going full. Uh-oh, look at that boy. Oh dear. He's curling in there and quite nice. Holy shoozy, baby! Wow. All the hatches are closed. My, oh my.
Yeah, roll on it. It's fourth Catherine, check it in.
All right, maybe we'll burp out a little sail. Tightened up a little bit. We're not going to put a lot of sail out. Let's see if we're even going to do this deal. Man, oh man, oh man. Woo, baby. Wow. Wow. Love all that. We're looking at about 11, 12. We had a true peak of 21, but it's supposed to maybe lay down a little later, but this sea state is going nowhere. It's going to be here for hours. Now, let's see if we can choke out the Genoa, see how bad this is actually going to be. Where's the bar? Here she is. Okay, 17 after, 20. We have to actually... Well, we're going to see who's better, GoPro or Canon. Here's our Canon. Certainly this thing has potentially better optics, better CCD, etc., etc. So, there is the rest of the fleet. This doesn't mean much at this point since it's what they call a Jackrabbit start. Since I have a high handicap, I started before them. About 25 minutes after the hour. Some of those boats started, 10, 20, 30. Probably Catherine started like a day later. Anyway, we're cruising along. They're pinching up a little better than I am, but we're still making pretty good progress. We're sogging along here at 6+ normally, which is not bad. 6+ knots. You can see the sea state is still a little disturbing. We're kind of taking it off of our forward quarter, and our goal is to head over there for the middle ground. So we're going to go up here at some point and tack, shoot down that way, which is going to be very exciting because that's pretty much directly into the waves and the tide. And that's why we took this tack. Right now the tide is coming from right to left, and between the tide and the wind, we're banking along here at about 5, 7, 6 knots plus, which isn't too shabby with a reef main and a moderately poorly trimmed Genoa. And then, of course, at the same time, I'm kind of pinching up a little bit because I don't want to go further west than I have to. So that's what we're up to. Look at those little rollers. I mean, look at those things breaking. It's not really a nice day. Going back is going to be hellacious. There's a term. All right, that's Bridgeport. Over there is Middle Ground. That's where we're headed for the F mark. And then as soon as we make that, and I think according to my fancy schmancy equipment, oh dear, it says we'll be done in about 3 hours. Distance to the waypoint, about 3 miles, but you can't really tell because of the distance item, because it really thinks we're going away from it at the moment, which we could be. All right, too much babbling. See you, bye. Turn our frickin' engine off. 20. Yeah, 20. Rambler. don't get to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm starting in 3 minutes. If you can go up, go up. I'm not going up real good. Nice. Nice. This is not a good sailing day. Yeah, where do you hit a couple of those 4 or 5 footers? You? No jackets? All right, well, we're starting. 25:08, I believe, was our official start time. We're at 25:55. So, 1 minute of margin, or late, depending on what you want to call it, but we're here. We only have Genoa out, and we'll see what the heck happens. I don't think I can point too well with this head sail. So, we're doing 6, which is not too shabby. Alright, just going to put you off for a little while. Here's the course in case you're still watching, whoever you may be. Oh, it's not touchscreen, this one. Oh, geez. There we go. So, I don't know if you can see this or not. I don't think it's a polarized lens. So we're down here at Mount Sinai. We're going up here to, I think it's C first. Then we're going up to middle ground, which is our F. Then we're coming back here to, I think it's B. Or it might be reversed. You'll figure out when I get there, if I get there. And then we come back here to A, finishing on a southerly perpendicular line within 2 boat lengths of the mark. All right. So, sea state is horrible, but we're going along the sea state and with the tide that's now starting to come in. So, let's hang out. I might set up the main for a little reef, mainly because that will certainly quiet the sail a little bit, makes it a little more stable. So we'll see what happens. All right, signing off for right now. All right, so it looks like about half battery left. I don't know what that means. I think it's telling me I have like 11 minutes or something. So, what's happening? We don't know what's happening. Oh, geez, let me get you in here. We are on a Coolicam. So, we're cruising along here at about 5, 9, 6 knots, which isn't bad, except we're unfortunately heading west of Bridgeport. The actual mark is down that way, and it looks like it's about perpendicular, right angle to us. But however, the wind direction and the sea direction is not favorable for us really quite going yet. The tide's coming this way, so we're skirting along here to stay, you know, away from or with the tide or perpendicular to the tide, so it's not causing too much of a crabbing or set and drift. And so we're going to tack at some point. We got to go that way anyway because we got to cross that mark. Oh wait, do we have to cross it to starboard or port? I would think it's going to be starboard, but now I got to check that out. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, so there's the rest of the fleet. It's always a little disturbing when they're further away from you, potentially towards the mark closer than you are, but we're out here. So this has been was not a great day, and it's flattened out a little bit, and so that's what we're up to. Got ourselves got the reef main. That's not such a great job, but my crew was pretty sloppy today. No, we weren't. Yes, we were. No, we weren't. Anyway, got the jib up there doing something for us. We're cruising along about 6 knots, so that's not bad. Got 5.7, 6 knots over ground, doing about 4.5 through the water. That's a little off, probably about a knot low. Wind has dropped precipitously down into the 7s. So if we're doing 6 and 7, that always sounds like a good thing. But towards the mark, we're not doing that well. All right, 129 feet of water. Here's our apparent wind angle, riding at about 55. A little crazy there. We're going to come up a little bit, but the wind's shifting, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. All right, so that's what we're up to. Shutting this off to conserve battery. So, here we are back again on a Coolicam. Wind's down 4, 5. We actually for a short time had tacked down, but it was practically taking us back to the harbor at this wind angle. The wind has been shifting and clocking a little bit, which has almost made this unreachable for us. So we're going to go here along the tide, and when we finally make this tack, we'll be plowing into it again. But we're going to have to cut the corner quite a bit. Uh-oh, for some reason she's drifting off here. Let's see, we're down to 22. That's not good. Here, let's get this thing going in. And we certainly don't want to be tangling with Mr. Ferry over there. All right, let's get a little more boat speed. We're trying to head sort of over there towards the Bridgeport stack. If we keep curving around, eventually we'll be able to tack back. We look crazy going out of the way, but kind of like driving in New York traffic. I guess it's always better to be moving than smashing along in uncomfortable stuff. I don't know if you can see this. So there's the mark. We continue to be skirting around it, tacking, and then back out. So I don't know what else to do except just try to make as much sort of headway as possible, and at least get ourselves set up for some better things. The reality is that let's see here if we can get to the proper screen. I think I got it on the nav screen. Nope, I don't. I got it on the chart screen. Where is it? Oh. Let's get ourselves down here away from the ferry. So, if you can see here, true wind direction, sitting right now at about 82. It was at one time up in the 60s and 70s. What am I talking about? Not 60s, down in the 40s. And so it's kind of clocking around. So if that happens, we'll be able to catch that on a starboard tack, not a starboard tack, on a port tack back down to the mark. All right, anyway. So here comes the ferry. Staying away from him. Well, I thought I'd give you a little update. Let's see, let's get the old Akula cam back on here. So, it's almost 2 o'clock. So we've been sailing out here for 4 hours, and we're not quite yet to the halfway point, which is this F mark up here. I'm not sure I want to show anybody what the hell happened, but bottom line was we kind of went wandering way the heck down here towards Oldfield, and went doggled around. We were actually going backwards for a little while. Very disconcerting, since the tide was coming in faster than we could go forward. And the upshot was we just been kind of heading towards Stamford, I guess. Anyway, we're back. Not really on target, but we're doing 2.5, 3 knots. Heading towards that red mark right up there. It's ahead of us. That's the F, or the middle ground mark. And it just seems like we just can't get any closer to it half the time. Especially when I'm filming and not paying attention to sailing the boat. But it's about 1.5 miles away, and with us going at a walloping 2.3 knots, looks like it's going to take us about 28 minutes to get there. Not enough battery for you to hang out with me for that long. So I'd give you an update, and that's what we got. All right. Okay, race fans. I don't know if we can use that term today. Doesn't feel like a race. Feels like a crawl. Anyway, over there is the elusive middle ground, midway point between Port Jefferson and Port Jefferson over there with the ferry coming out, and Bridgeport, Connecticut over there where the smokestack is, red-white thing. Anyway, here is the mark F, coming up here, right there. We want to definitely stand on this mark in case the wind shifts again and drops us down and could send us off for who knows how long. Since it's now 2:30, we set off. We actually didn't start till 25 after, so we're really just passing the 4-hour mark officially since we left. And boy, has it been painful. Almost as painful as this video, I'll bet. Anyway, as you can probably see, we went drifting way the heck off over here. Fortunately, we got a couple of wind shifts here. It's now clocking around about 47, which is up around that way. That's north. Up this way, that's obviously east this way, which we are pretty much going towards right now, about almost directly east. And then at 45, of course, that would be coming out of that direction. And since we're sailing 45 degrees to the wind, that means we're at 90. That's geometry, in case my daughter Mary's watching all this. Anyway, the mark is coming up. I checked just to make sure. And oddly enough, I have to take this thing to port. So we're going to stay above the mark as much as possible till we get there. Then we're going to swiggle swaggle around. That's an official sailing term. And I don't know if I have enough battery for this, but maybe I'll just let you hang out there. See, it's 2:30 and all of our equipment is telling us we're going to get there in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's see if that's the case. It's 2:30 now. We'll see, I don't know. Probably, as you can see, the weather has changed. The wind and sea state has significantly changed. This is half of what it was, certainly when we were starting. There she is. I thought the thing made noise. Oh, maybe that's making a honking sound, if you can hear it. Can you hear it? I don't know. There it is. And then this little dude, I think has a bell in it. He just kind of gongs around based upon the sound of the water moving it around, hitting its little gong. Let's take some pictures of middle ground and the elusive number 2 red. I think it's 2. Oh, can't really focus on the little boy. Is it 2? I think it might be 2. Huh. We'll come up a little, 47 degrees. Come down. There she is. All right. Riding aboard a Kula. Here it comes. Wow. Painful. After this thing, we have to go down that way towards Mount Sinai to the western side, and then we got to go back home. Which, if this wind keeps shifting, that is really going to be ugly. All right. Now we're having to pinch up here a little bit in order to fetch the mark. All right, let's get a little. Let's try and get a little power going here. We're kind of crabbing off and drifting a little bit to the right. We definitely want to stay the mark. We're going to go past it because we don't have much puff. Now, we don't have to pass this any particular number of feet. We just have to go and take the mark as described. But the closer we get to it, the less distance we have to go past it in order to tack and come back in the other direction. All right. And of course the wind dies. It's about 6.6. I guess the birds that stand on that thing have to be half deaf. Here she is. Red 2. Yeehaw! Alright, well, we're going to go past it because if we got to take it to port, that means we got to go well above. Look at that stupid seagull sitting there. What are you doing there, idiot? You been guarding my frickin' buoy? As Mary would say, you sloot. Alright. So we're going to get past him a ways. There's a couple boaters out here. Oh, look, we've reached it. And I don't know. What do you think? Think that's enough? I don't want to drift down on it. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it to it. I'm gonna drop the main. up without losing it. Alright. Heartily! That's for you, Uncle Todd. Heartily! It's not really that hard today. Looks like I hit the There she goes. All right. Coming around. Wow, sure would have liked to have done this about 2 hours ago. Alright. Oh, let's not spin around too far to hit the darn thing. Alright, now I gotta figure out where this next mark is. I think it's down there towards the hospital, Stony Brook Hospital. Okay. She wants to go on that side. So, we're going to let her. If she wants to perform better, guys up there, flatten out the foot, and we're going to have to get the mainsail up here. She's blocking it. Come on, buddies. That's going to pop it. Pop it! Ready? There she goes. A little bit of the old wing and wing. Alright, let's get ourselves set up for this little ride. Back to sea. Heading for sea. Let's aim right at the little bugger. Looks like there's tide still coming in, so we have to stay a little bit to port, which is good for this wind direction. I think we're gonna kind of cruise up around right about there. Gonna head a little bit west of the Port Jeff towers. There we are. Now, what to do with the main? We're just going to bring it up high, see what the heck happens. Bring out the vang, give it a little main sheet. She comes up the other way. Maybe she'll do something good. I got problems with these clutches. They're popping up. Maybe I need to tighten them or something. I don't know. It's really not working good for me. All right. Oh no, she's not going to hold over there. All right, so what we'll do is we'll let out a little out haul. Let her get a little baggy. Just keep her out. I got to get a wrench. That's sucking. There we go. That'll get a little air up there. Doing 4. I mean, at least we'll make it eventually. Okay. All right. And we have been having some electronic navigation issues. Let's see if we still have them. No navigation data. Okay. Well, we know we have navigation data because it's telling us we're going to sea. I don't know. Wish I knew a good guy that does marine electronics. Alright, I think you're off for a while. Were you still recording even? Yes, you are. Alrighty. Captain Tom, back to it. Here we go. Well, looks like our battery's getting a little low. Not sure I have another one anywhere in the boat. I don't think I have one in super bag. Anyway, give you a little update. Wind's picked up a little to 5'9". Changed complete direction. It's now coming out of the west. Go figure. And we're coming up here on Mark C, which is over here. And then we're going to take that mark to port and then finish down there. So that's my quick update, since I don't know how much more battery I got left. It has been a heck of a day. I don't think you can see all that. This is us roaming around the entire Long Island Sound. Look at that chart. That's pretty sad. Anyway, I went way out there, way around here, back in here, up here. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's 4 o'clock. So that means it's been almost, well, 6 hours from the 10 o'clock beginning of the race, but we didn't start till 25 after. Still pretty sad. All right. Hopefully I'll finish and I'll turn you back on. Well, I almost hit this thing. Well, I better be careful. I may still hit it. Had to veer away, pull up a little ways, coming back for a second try. 408. There's the C mark. Aptly named. Alrighty. GoPro's almost out of juice. Give it a break. Hello, C. Well, race fans, we got 2 bars left on the battery. I don't know what that means. Let's get on our Akula cam. This is very attractive looking, I'm sure. Anyway, according to the equipment here, we are about 4 minutes away from crossing the line perpendicular to the A mark. And it has been quite a day. I guess my goal is it's 4:55 I don't think there's a time limit on this thing, but hopefully, I'm just hoping I make it across the line before 5 o'clock. That would be lovely. No particular reason, just because it would just sound so much better than putting down 5 something. Alrighty, well here we are, and the mark is up ahead a little ways, and I don't know if you can see it. Let's see, we can see it here. There she is. Can you see her? There she is. Maybe we will go up here a little ways, get a little more VMG. We're only doing about 3.9, which is pitiful. And let's pick it up to 4. And let's cut up this way. There is 8 knots, so that's not too shabby. And then we'll cut up here a little ways, and then we'll go straight down wing on wing, because that's a little faster too. We can do about 4.5 knots with both sails working for us. This slightly off the wind garbage is never good with the old Walrus Akula. See, little little action moved in. This is not really anything from Irma or anything like that, but there's a big high out there somewhere in the west, and this is kind of swirling around. I'm sure the two of them are fixated on each other. All right, here we go. Let's there's the mark. We got to go within 2 boat lengths of it. So here we go. The old wing on wing. Aye, there it is. There she goes. There she blows. All right, boom. Let's ride it down here. Hopefully we can get over 4 knots here. That would be nice. 3.9. 4, there it is. Okay, I just feel so much better now. Ooh, 2 minutes. It says I am going to make it by 1.26. Woo, it's like a little mini race right here. A little mini race. Who's right? The B&G at 1:17. Or the time. Oh man, this is going to be tight. This is going to be close. All right. It's like a photo time GPS finish. Come on, wind. Give it to me. Give it all. Let me have it. Come on, wing on wing. Come on, here we go. Stop messing around. Uh-oh. 46 seconds. And I believe I have a minute till 5 o'clock right there. Come on, baby. Come on, we can do it. That's what happens when you're sitting around. I think the flies must have sucked some of the blood out of my brain. I'm not thinking good. Here we go. It says 24 seconds. 24 seconds, and we're at the halfway mark. Oh gosh, I certainly don't want to hit the thing, do I? That would really be embarrassing, especially here on video. Okay, well it says I've arrived, but I haven't actually arrived. We have to actually cross. There, that looks like crossed. What do you think? Everybody agree? Yeah, we do. Okay, good. 4:59:45. 4:59:45. $4:59:55. Phew. Alrighty. Let's call that sucker in. MSSA Racers, this is a cool finishing a time of 16:59:45. All right. Well, the battery didn't run out yet. We're heading back in. Probably in last place unless those are our boats, but I don't think they are. I think we were in the last one in. All right. Let's see if it's still running. Why, yes it is. Lucky for me. All right. There we are. Heading back in.